Good morning, Chloe. As you can tell, I'm not at home right now. I'm in Lion's Pride, and I'm drinking coffee, and I'm waiting for my food, so don't worry, there will be food eaten here. In response to one part of your previous video, Chad Ochocinco is not a baseball player, he's a football player. He plays for the Miami Dolphins. He was born Chad Johnson. Interestingly, he began his football career on the Cincinnati Bengals, who have the same colors as the Baltimore Orioles, so that might be where you got confused. Also, I noticed your Hard Rock Cafe bookmark, and I hope you haven't forgotten our agreement. So funny story, at work, I keep forgetting to clock out at the end of my shift, so hopefully that doesn't mess up my hours too much. I don't think it's a big deal because I think they noticed it after a short while. I got my food. I got some ham with my breakfast, so I'll be eating that. It's good ham. Good ham. It's actually kind of weird because more and more people are coming in here and I don't really want any other people in my shop, but I don't think I can help that. So I hope they don't mind being on the internet. Really like toast. Love toast. So yesterday you talked about one of your favorite fantasy series, the Harry Potter series. And today I wanted to reveal my favorite fantasy series is the Redwall series, of which I have many books. I can't find my Redwall book though. I know you gave it back to me, but it's somewhere in my house. But that's not the series I wanted to talk to you about today. The series I want to talk to you about today is my second favorite fantasy series, which is the Lord of the Rings series. I'm pretty sure you already know this, Chloe, but the Lord of the Rings series was transferred into 3 feature films directed by Peter Jackson. These films are notorious for being very long. The regular length trilogy will take you about 9 hours to complete, while the extended trilogy will take you about 11.5 hours. All 3 films were filmed at the same time, and they received a total of 17 Academy Awards, which is the most Academy Awards given to any trilogy. But my favorite book of the Lord of the Rings series isn't actually in the series, it's the prequel, The Hobbit, that was published in 1937. As you may know, 2 feature films are being made on the story of The Hobbit, the first one to be released this December. And I'm really excited! In addition to being 3 of my favorite books, the Lord of the Rings trilogy is actually 3 of my favorite movies. My favorite of the 3 movies is the first one, The Fellowship of the Ring. However, the other 2 movies hold some of my favorite scenes, like the Battle of Pelennor or Helm's Deep. But there's one part of those movies that never fails to get to me, and that's the end of the last movie. Danger, if you haven't seen the Lord of the Rings movies, here's some spoilers. So what happens at the end of the last movie is that they all make it back to the Shire, and then they find out that Gandalf is going to go with the elves on the grey ships across the seas. But what they don't know until they get there is that Frodo is also going to go on the grey ships across the seas. And when they find this out, the 3 other hobbits, Merry and Pippin, and of course Samwise, are very saddened by this. And crying, they all embrace each other. But the part that gets to me is when Samwise and Frodo have their final embrace. Something about 2 best friends who have been through absolutely everything together, sharing their final goodbyes and knowing that they will never see each other again, gets my face all lubricated. And then weeping, they separate and Frodo gets on the ship with Gandalf. But as they're sailing away, Frodo looks back and gives his friends one final smile as if to say, "It's okay, your adventures are never really over." And I'm reminded of our final night in our high school theater department where you shared the quote, "Don't cry because it's over, smile because it happened." So Chloe, I wanted to end in saying that wherever the world takes you, I hope you never run out of adventures to have. I'll see you tomorrow.